What's going on, everybody? It's Achilles OBT coming at you with a brand new video, and in today's video we will be revisiting Jaina, who I just recently showcased on the channel, but ironically enough, a few days after I actually recorded that, out came the patch notes and she received some significant changes to her kit to kind of accentuate exactly what I was talking about in that last video. If anybody's seen that last video, you'll remember that I mentioned that Jaina is actually kind of a specialist at putting damage to a specific spot, so that you have to be careful with what you were doing because all of her damage is basically tied to like one spot, and that's exactly what Blizzard was looking to like kind of heighten with this new approach, namely in the fact that her Blizzard has received like a really hardcore change. Right there you see that now the three separate landings, the three separate shards are actually like in her base kit now, where before it was an upgrade that you picked at level 20. Now it's actually a part of her kit overall, so it's definitely something that adds quite a bit of damage to the ability. And with that being said, the move they made to kind of offset that and keep it balanced, I'm not sure why our player actually stood there right there. I guess something going on, like disconnected or something. Either way, to kind of offset the fact that Blizzard lands three separate charges from the onset, we're just gonna get that kill right there. They changed it up so that the level 4 upgrade that increases Blizzard's radius is now a level 16 talent, because they didn't want to make it too easy. Like an experienced Jaina user would be able to pretty much dominate a game if they still had that radius increase. At level 4, it would be kind of like ridiculous, because then essentially they'd have a standard level 4 talent right there in the early game, but then they'd also have a newly crowned late game talent in the early game as well. So there's no way they were gonna let that fly. There we go. And it just seems like she's about to be in a very good place, which is fantastic. Because, like I said in my last video where I featured her, I feel like she's kind of fallen off of the radar with all these other damage dealers that have been introduced into the game. It seems like a lot of people have forgotten just how good this character is. Level 4, again, you'll notice that the Blizzard radius is no longer there. So with that being said, I actually am going to go for Arcane Intellect. I actually was supposed to be working on my stat counts here, but I'm doing a very poor job of doing that because there's been so much action going on in the early game. I haven't had any real opening to kind of keep an eye out for globes. That being said, though, if we win this objective, we get 2 globes right there, so that's also good. Now, you will notice that I am trying to save my blizzards for actual targets. I don't necessarily want to get into the habit of using them to clear waves. So far, like pretty much every takedown that we've taken a part of has been like because the Blizzard has been on top of them. And again, I cannot overstress that it's now 3 separate charges from the get-go. So that ability is definitely meant to lock down areas now. Like, it was always meant to lock down areas before, but now even more so. I'm gonna do that. And again, I didn't mention it in this video, but a big part of Jaina's structuring is that you have to get the chill effect on your target first in order to secure that critical damage. Don't actually have a Blizzard on me right now, so I am going to back away here. Very fortunate. Greymane could have actually sacrificed himself to take me down right there. Thankfully he didn't elect to do that. Now I am going to try and get a globe here, because I do really need to pay attention to that. There we go. We are, for what it's worth, we are well ahead right now in the minion count. I'm gonna do this. Stay right here. Again, 3 charges. There you go. And we will secure that. 2 globes, like I said, so that'll actually help out with our farm on that front. And we'll make our way to push with the boss. Now, realistically, somebody should be going to a bottom lane right now to soak XP, but not sure if we could expect every player to be on board with that right now, especially considering that we don't have a run-of-the-mill composition. I am going to be going for Frostbitten, which increases my chilled damage bonus from 50% to 65%. Again, I mentioned it in the last video that it's kind of a big deal when you make that jump. I'm not actually going to be focusing on targets here. My teammates can do that for me. I'm going to be focusing on this building here. We'll take this down, and then we should retreat. Definitely want to take that down too. So, not doing too bad. We've got 9 kills as a team, and we've taken part in all 9. So that's really like a good upside. I got that by mistake. Let's do that. See, Jaina has massive wave clear tied to her abilities, so it's definitely something that you want to keep in mind as well. Look at Karazim. That was a ballsy play. I'm going to ping danger here. I'm going to leave it alone, though, because I'm not going to be able to secure that kill. Thankfully, we do have a globe waiting for us right here. It's worth mentioning the radius on the Blizzard ability is actually not bad in its regular form. It just becomes that much better, though, when you get that buff at level 16. Now, this is a bit of a dangerous engage here because we do have that Merc camp right in front of us, followed by the enemy team. It looks like the enemy team backed away, though, so we could actually approach them now. Would have liked to hit that gray main, but I was too slow on the draw right there. Now 2 of my good abilities are on cooldown. Again, you're going to notice that I'm being very selective with when I choose the Blizzard. I am going to go for this wave clear right here. Again, purely because I need the globes. Our mana situation is very good right now too, so that's also an upside. That's also a reason why we made that talent selection on level 4. To actually kind of help us get back mana and stay in fights longer. As long as you're not taking hits as Jaina, you can pretty much fight all day if you build properly. The only thing you got to be cognizant of is that Blizzard ability, your best ability damage-wise, it has the most hardcore cooldown in her entire kit. So that's why you have to be so selective. We are going to go Ring of Frost here. I do have a tap on deck. That's huge. The enemy team did have me dead bang right there. Alright, with that being said, we're going to make our way over to the objective. Karazim is the only one here right now. I'm going to do that. And that third wave almost killed the Karazim there. Again, whenever we get damage on a chilled target, that's when we're actually seeing the value of that talent at level 4. I'm kind of hoping Kerrigan has a pull there. There he goes right there. We are going to kill him. I'm going to wait for my other abilities to be off of a cooldown. We are going to hit Karazim there. Kerrigan's going to be able to take that just fine. And again, I'm just going to be very selective with my abilities here. Always got to be mindful of your positioning when you're playing a mage. That actually hurts, so I don't want to stay in that too long. We're going to leave that there for them. I'm going to make my way back over to my teammates. We did just kite that Karazim a little bit. You can re-engage here. Oh, we just missed. Our Malfurion is doing a good job with the heals. Fortunately, though, we weren't able to save him. Did miss that ability right there, but we did take him down. It is so much fun to use. Gonna do that. Two more minions and we're good. 2 more globes for our efforts. Halfway home basically with this level 1 talent, which is not bad considering that we have not been actively looking to get those globes. Almost secured that kill on Tracer right there. And again, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that we need to push these. All right, now we can actually help. We're going to increase the cast range now on our Blizzard ability so that we can hit people that are farther away. At this point, you definitely want to spec into the rest of your Blizzard build and get it to that point where it's hitting people really fucking hard. All right, we do want to be careful here. Oh wow, that slow actually paid off big time. I'm going to leave that there for Trey. Oh, wow. That was so good. Do want that XP. I could always use a Ring of Frost here in case things get a little dangerous. See, Nova actually had the same idea with her Precision Strike. We're going to stand right in the middle of it. My 3 waves will take care of that Gul'dan. There you go. Enemy team does finally take me down. Good play by them. Really a good play by the Tracer. The Tracer was the one that kind of forced the issue. Nova does have to be careful, though, because Tracer can chase her down just like that. She needs to make her way back to her teammates. Stop running in that direction. Good shield by Medivh. Our Malfurion is actually really good. Kerrigan was not able. They burned a lot to get that Kerrigan right there, so it's not all bad. Nova, for what it's worth, should have ran directly to the Malfurion. As soon as she ran around that corner, she needed to be cognizant of the fact that she had 2 teammates waiting for her. And sometimes when you're under that pressure, you don't notice that. I know I'm guilty of it myself, so it's not really like a hardcore criticism on that player at all. I am going to stay behind the wall for what it's worth. You never want to get that ballsy with your positioning as a Jaina. After all, she's definitely not a tank by any stretch. Even if you spec into her defensively, she's not that kind of hero. But that being said, her defensive talents are actually very, very good. They're surprisingly good. All right. Almost. I was about to say I should have my ult off cooldown here, and I definitely do. Want to be careful with this Medivh. Damn, I did get hit by that corruption. Every hit matters when you're playing a squishy like this. Everything you get hit by is definitely something that can backfire. So Gul'dan is baiting himself a bit here. Tracer does successfully blink away. He slowed down that Greymane. I am going to use my ring. Here we go. Oh, God. I did not realize that ultimate was hitting me right there. So we are going to go for the increase of the radius now. Now we're going to be hitting a whole lot more when we use our Blizzard. Not worth chasing that. Not worth chasing it. The objective, guys. The objective. And you see the Gul'dan shows the increased power at the expense of a longer respawn. So that's something that we do have to be mindful of and take advantage of. Just look at the increase of the radius now. Now it actually has a little more merit because you have to earn it. And we're at 18 stat counts right now on our regen globes. Again, not paying like a hardcore amount of attention to it, so 18 is good by that standard. I want these guys to stand all around me. There we go. God, can you remember when this map first came out that the original number to get was actually 30? So if you were late to these things, there was no way you were winning the objective. We want to take out that Medivh so that we have less trouble taking out the rest of the team. I'm going to leave that there. See how that increased range and radius actually pay off big time. Ooh, 2 more globes.
Why don't you chill out for a bit?
Everything going our way right now. All we need to do is just continue to play smart and we'll be just fine. 2 more globes towards the stat count. Now we're at 22. I believe we just need 3 more. Yeah, we need 3 more, and then we get that buff to that increase to our total amount of mana. Interestingly enough, now my team... Oh, they're moving to the mid lane to actually contest. I am going to be able to push with this a little bit. They should make their way back to me in time for us to get any kind of like real value out of this. Then again, at the same time, I don't want to be crazy reckless here because the entire team is right there waiting. Now, I would be more willing to kind of poke at this if they didn't have a Tracer. That being said, we're getting full damage on Greymane. All right, time for me to leave. Two of my teammates actually pushed into the mid lane. Very interesting choice. I do have everything off cooldown just in case shit goes down. The enemy Gul'dan did burn his heroic, so that's very, very good. We're not gonna hit Tracer there. Kerrigan wisely moves away from the team so that she doesn't give any bonus damage away. And we should call it a day. Tracer's playing a very aggressive game right now, so hopefully we can actually make her pay for that gamble. She's not hesitating at all to go in on us. Which kind of comes with the territory. That's a very, very good play by Kerrigan right there. We're going to leave that Blizzard. We're going to leave this Ring of Frost. Trying to stay within the healing range of our Malfurion. Worth noting that I was about to say Nova can secure that kill. Oh god, I'm getting hurt. Alright. Do want to go for this wave clear. Alright, now I'm leaving. I just wanted that globe. What are we trying to attack here? I did miss that ability, I believe. We're expecting Tracer to go in on us. We do slow her down some more. I do land that. It's a Master Skin Tracer too. That probably explains a lot of the decision making right there. They probably used to doing exactly what they're doing. Thankfully though, we made them pay for it. Do want that globe. There we go. Now we're fully powered. Greymane is in a world of hurt right now, but there's nothing we can do to kind of secure that. Here comes Kharazim. We are going to slow him down. I do want to tank some of that for them. I'm going to put that directly on top of him, but he does actually have a way to get out. Okay, we should leave this. We should leave this. I am going to go for the improved ice block here at level 20 so that I have a way to negate the enemy team's damage. They do make you wait a lot longer for ice block these days, but the upside is that it's on a lower cooldown, I believe, than it used to be. The entire team actually comes through for Nova right there briefly. We save her from the Greymane, but we were unable to do so from the monk. Oh, good play by Kerrigan. We're gonna leave that right there. And again, you're seeing this is exactly what Jaina is meant to do. She's meant to be that type of hero that can influence where the enemy team is going with their positioning. That's exactly what the development team is looking for with the new direction for Jaina. They wanted to kind of put the emphasis on like her locking down areas. There you go. That third wave actually helps secure that. And we're just going all in on this. Like, we really need to not die here because there is an active objective going on right now that none of us are actually taking part in. I'm going to leave that there to do some more damage. Seems like the respawn timers are definitely in favor of the enemy team right now, too. We do take down that keep. Kerrigan's making so many plays right now. But saying now I'm the one who needs to move away. So I will do that. I should have left that Blizzard a little farther. That would have actually got some value damage-wise. Just look at the Gul'dan. It's actually doing a shit ton of damage right now. Oh, let's leave that there. And just stand here. I really like the changes they made to Blizzard. Oh god, I just stood right in the middle of that. There we go. That's going to get both of these guys killed. Friendly team just making so many plays right now. Oh, I need to draw them here. That was a fail. Massive fail. I don't think we've lost a single Punisher yet. I'm going to do this to kind of speed this up. Now we can actually go help our team. Those two waves can push that bottom lane on their own. They do not need us to support, especially with two enemy heroes on their respawn right now. We can push the core and end this.
Let's get going.
You want to be careful. Core is one of those things that if you're going to attack it, you need to commit to attacking it or else you're getting no real value out of it. Tracer does have total recall, which is a smart choice at 20. Again, she does have a master skin, so not surprised that she's picking the right talents. All right, now we're going to start going in on this core. I do still have my ultimate on deck. We are going to use it up right here so that we can get some damage on the core. And that'll be game. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Definitely love this new direction for Jaina. I like the changes. It's worth mentioning, though, they did say that they might not necessarily be done so much as with some of these heroes. They may not be done with what they're trying to change. But these are some viable first steps for some of these characters. Absolutely love this change on Jaina. I think this is actually going to put her in a more in a spot where you should see her being picked in Hero League games a little more often. They're definitely giving damage dealers a laundry list of options to go with in Hero League right now. I think this past month or so of you know, ban Kael'thas, ban Li Ming. I think this is actually going to start to kind of go away after a while. There's going to be so many options out there that for viable heroes. They continue to nerf Kael'thas, even though I don't think there's any way you can truly nerf Kael'thas. They continue to try. I think you're going to start seeing some more diversity in these bans in Hero League and some of their hero picks, and I think that's good for the game. I think it's a great thing. Nothing wrong with that. You definitely want to see, like, I feel like the game can get boring after a while on the Hero League side of things if you keep seeing the same compositions playing against each other. Going over the build, we did secure 7 takedowns or 7 kills, 28 assists, which is absolutely, like, we had the kill participation that we were looking for. We only died once, which is also fantastic. Did 52,000 hero damage, which is very good. It's right up there with Nova. The Gul'dan had himself a game and a half. I actually wasn't noticing like how well he was doing because I was trying to pay attention to what I was doing, but I did notice the Malfurion. The Malfurion on our team was definitely top tier, definitely on point with his heals, so that actually went a long way towards helping us win this game. Going over the build. At level 1, we went for Conjurer's Pursuit. Gathering regeneration globes increases your mana regeneration by 0.1 per second and up to 2.5 per second. After gathering 25 globes, you also increase your maximum mana by 100. At level 4, I chose to further increase my mana intake by dealing damage to a chill target. Returns mana to Jaina. Basic attacks return 5 mana and abilities return 20. Apologize for the sirens in the background. It's worth mentioning this is a talent I never really tried out before the changes they made, but I thought it was actually the way to go for this build. At level 7, we went for Frostbitten, which increases the damage bonus of Frostbite from 50% to 65%. Again, that's a very, very, very big deal. Level 10, we go for Ring of Frost. After a 1.5 second delay, you create a Ring of Frost in an area that deals 310 damage and roots enemies for 3 seconds. The ring persists for 3 seconds afterwards, chilling any enemies who touch it. Now, the real upside to this ability is when you actually successfully root targets, because that just makes it Jaina's game to win. Basically, she can just do whatever she wants. If she has you locked down in one area, she's basically like the go-to hero in the game for putting damage in an area. So that's pretty much curtains for whatever targets she has. At level 13, this is when we started speccing into the Blizzard, because this is everything we chose was with the Blizzard in mind. And again, I want to mention it again, the Blizzard has been buffed now to have 3 charges from the onset. That is now a part of her base kit. It is no longer an upgrade at 16. So at level 13, we do choose Stormfront, which increases the cast range of Blizzard by 100% so that we can cast this from safety a lot easier. At level 16, Snowstorm increases the radius of Blizzard by 30%. This was originally a talent that you found at level 4, but with the new changes I just mentioned, they thought it was a better idea to put this in the late game rather than put something like this that would be too dominant in the early game. I fully agree with that decision, and it's something that I think paid off tremendously. At level 20, One for improved ice block. You activate to place yourself in stasis and gain invulnerability for 2.5 seconds. When this effect expires, nearby enemies are chilled. And again, it only has a 20-second cooldown, so it is very, very, very viable as a 20 option. I think it's her best option at level 20, to be honest, regardless of whatever build you're going for. Because no matter what kind of build you go for, Jaina is really squishy. She's really easy to take down. If you get past her damage, she's light work to take out. So I think something like Ice Block definitely helps with that tremendously. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, I think it's cool that we were actually able to showcase Jaina twice in like a 1 week span. Considering that I'm so high on this hero, but I never show her on the channel like that. I think it's awesome now that we've got 2 videos recently. One with a kind of like a weird out there build that I haven't seen anybody else really try, but I thought it would be fun to experiment. And then another one with the recent changes showcasing more of her go-to style of play. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate the support. This is Achilles OBT. As always, that's Achilles with the Z. Remember it.